Hello, and welcome to Entity Point, Colorado. Mouth what I say one more time.
Welcome back to Math and Dragons.
And I'm killing Weston now. Things that happen here cannot happen anywhere else. I thought I had it. I want some call. The narrator. You may or may not find out who or what I am.
Every time.
At this point, it's time to learn a little bit about our player's psyche, beginning with Weston Newdale. What did I just say? You just said Weston Newdale. Well, it went exactly when I said it. Just go.
I said,
No, you went.
I did not. I cleared my throat.
Just continue.
Oh.
See in the recording.
I'm a bit salty.
Listen up, people. This is Connor and Weston talking at the same time. So, in between, like a minute ago and last session, and now, I, Weston, have just heard a voice in my head.
Like
But in all
normal.
seriousness,
Like always.
I am perturbed by it, as I did recognize quite a number of the voices that spoke all at the same time, and also did not recognize. It sounded like a bunch of people that I knew, and a bunch of people that I didn't know. And they said,
You're an idiot.
no,
Other than that,
J. Mosif. They did not.
you have no restraint.
Well-
along the lines of that, yes.
No.
Anyway,
Please.
Continue.
What did they say?
what they said was quite timely and thematically. The world may be your canvas, but hold on, no. But be careful what you paint. I believe it's what it is.
Beware what you paint.
Needless to say, yeah, it's needless to say, because I'm not gonna say it. Needless to say. But how Weston is doing psychically, denoting to his psyche, I suppose, is so obviously Weston got a little gung-ho last session.
Just wait until you find out what happens.
And though in the moment, Weston, believed that it was not along the right lines, but not necessarily along the bad lines. The way Weston, I thought of it was pretty neutral. We were just trying to get through this guy, and he drew a gun on Trevor. Well, I thought he was going to draw a gun. I think he did. He did draw a
Just
gun.
ignore the part where Trevor punched him, causing him to...
True, but it was a very, very weak punch.
How long are you going to talk about how you're feeling, Weston?
I'm almost done.
Okay.
But anyway. So yes, Weston is currently dealing with the aftermath of... causing a man to have a mental breakdown and then completely reverting into his stable self. And then Alistair and Luke disappearing, and then them coming back.
And what Trevor did?
Oh yeah, Trevor murdered someone. Straight up.
It's just more of a physical.
Yeah,
More permanent.
but Weston was less perturbed by that because seeing as what he did to me.
I wonder how Trevor's feeling about that.
What do you mean? What guy I killed? What do you mean?
Is that all?
So Weston
It's
is
the longest psyche thing.
he's
I've ever
perturbed at the
heard.
moment. In short.
James.
Weston needs to learn some restraint
Oh, he'll learn restraint.
because no 15-year-old should have that power. Please do not draw on my character sheet right now. Secondly, Trevor needs to learn how strong he is. And for that matter, so does Lizzie. She doesn't punch people as much as she punches objects, but still.
So you're saying everybody should learn restraint?
Yes. Humans need to learn restraint. And also, this is going to be a follow-up question.
We'll get to that when we get to questions.
Then my thoughts are, which Zach do we have?
Guess you'll find out.
Also,
Talking so close to the point that is the audio.
oh,
I like that he's dipping in
I'm
and
sorry.
out.
It can be closer. You don't have to do this.
but I want to. Also,
But it's
another thing I'm feeling right now, do we really need to stop Lane from coming back? Or would he be a help right now? Regardless, we need to find him at the antique store with a dead person who doesn't exist anymore. And another person who's completely insane and probably also, I believe, doesn't exist anymore based on what Alistair said. That is all.
Lizzie Hayes.
Head empty. Eat.
That's fair.
Eat food.
You're a bit.
I thought you said head empty meat.
Either works.
That makes sense. You're a bit out of it at the moment.
Well, I mean, I vaguely know that I have come back from the Sandy place.
To you, you've been there about a minute before coming back.
And so there's a lot to
Unpack?
work through. Yes. So head empty yeet is exactly how I'm feeling.
Zachary Downs. Or whatever you want to call yourself.
I'm not ready. Where am I? Day? Any? Year? Who cares? It was a beautiful day today. A perfect 69 degrees.
90. Jeez.
69 degrees.
The day's getting longer. I forgot what day it was.
Nice.
I wish it was home. But I am home. Yeah.
Before we begin, do any of the players have any questions?
Which Zach do we have?
I guess you'll find out now, won't you?
You said that was a follow-up
Any
question.
other
What was the
questions?
That was the follow-up question. What was the first one?
How do I solve the mystery of the point was the first one.
Oh.
But there was not going to be an answer.
Maybe now. How do I solve the mystery of things?
A follow-up to the follow-up.
Also, an actual legitimate question. How do I teach Weston restraint?
I guess you'll have to talk to Weston about that. And how you solved the mystery of entity points?
Magic.
Magic does not exist.
I haven't. At least not here. I have a question.
That's a good question. I guess you'll find out.
I have a question. Or you won't.
Yes.
When are they going to learn they're not going to get answers to their questions?
Sometimes they do. When they ask questions I have an answer to.
Like that one.
Oh, there is no correct answer. However you want to. Actually, no. Ask the question again, please.
How do I solve the mystery of entity points?
However you want. Are there any other questions? Okay.
I have a bowl of mustard.
Meat edit.
Do you want to show the camera?
Mumstard.
Do you want to show the fellow peeps?
It's mumstard and soda.
Allow me to not now. I can handle this. Please. No, no, no. Weston Newdale. You have shown yourself not capable of wielding the power you have. Time and time again. What do you have to say for yourself?
I have a question.
This is not the time for questions. This is the time for answers.
Well, I need
How? Please explain yourself.
in order to explain myself, I need an answer to this question. How does one use this power rightly?
That is not the word.
Not how you're using it.
That is the vaguest answer you could possibly give.
Maybe you don't torture a man. Simply because.
It wasn't simply because I was fed up
I don't care your
and he was
justification. That is how you acted.
Also,
You have been charged with doing this.
charged by whom?
The board.
The board of?
Excuse me, the director is speaking. You've been charged with using the power given to you in an unruly way. How do you plead?
Before I plead, can I make a case?
Yes,
Okay.
as all can.
Number one. I was given this power without any instruction on how to use it. Number two. In order to use this power, I had to struggle and find out on my own and how it worked. Number three.
This is all after you figured those things out, yet you still use it in such a way.
Number three. Anytime I ask for any legitimate answers on how to use it, why I should use it, when I should use it, I'm always met with,
Well, then you're asking the wrong people.
well, nobody, I don't, who else can I ask? I've only just started talking to the board. Right now, when they contacted me, are literally putting me on trial without my knowledge.
Because that is not how your story goes, Weston.
Number four. If I was given some guidelines at any point ever, which I wasn't, by anyone,
Do not use your power to maliciously harm anyone else.
that is fair.
You did not need to use your power in such a way against that man, but you did.
True. Can we...
What is your justification?
Okay, my justification is I was fed up. I was tired of things getting in our way. This man pulled a lethal weapon on my friend, who I will admit pathetically tried to punch him. Though that does not warrant such lethal force.
Explain the parts where you
Got rid of his hands?
No. Explain why you erased his hand before he pulled the gun. You did so before. You also erased his only form of communication.
You took away both of his hands, which is the only way you
Oh.
Took away a memory.
Right. Well, the memory.
You
was
also took away a memory.
A mem-
The most precious thing to a person.
that
Many, many times.
that memory specifically was of a fucking hit list. That was preemptive.
I don't
self-defense.
care.
Okay. That was
That does not affect me.
self-defense.
Or anyone else,
He
for
said
that
I was on
matter.
the hit list. I was defending myself by getting rid of the knowledge of the hit list. That is an act of self-defense.
No. What about the many other times that you have erased things?
That was solely for the protection of my friends and myself. We can sit here and talk about all the ways I've used my powers wrong, many times without knowing it was wrong. And we can also talk about all the times that I used it to protect my friends and for what I thought was good reason and good cause and good intention.
Director, he's right. If you allow me this one last chance, I can show you he'll be responsible.
Listen,
Fine.
I have
You have one last chance. If you misuse your power once more, there will be consequences, and I will be taking over for the narrator.
a condition.
What?
Guidelines. I can't know if I'm breaking the rules if I don't know what the rules are. And don't give me...
You cannot erase any more universes. Everything that you erase cannot be sent to that place any longer. You cannot use your power maliciously or with violent intent. And you may not erase any more memories. No matter what your justification is. Break any of those rules, and there will be consequences.
I will write these down.
Thank you!
Is this agreed?
Yes, this is agreed.
Narrator, you can take over now. I apologize. Allow me to paint a picture. Jordan Booth is walking home. He was able to get out of the hospital early. Being sheriff has its perks. He's tired and wishes things would just go back to normal. A burglary here, a mugging there, simple things. But now he has the devil running around, a cult, and the aftermath of whatever Lane and Kane were doing. He opens the door to his apartment, where he sees his brother, Jimmy, lying on the couch. His skin looks dead, and he's having trouble breathing. It's been this way for a few days now. Jimmy, what did you get yourself into? I'll be painting a second picture today. The scientist is running around the lab, trying to find the truth about powers. How do people get them? How can he get rid of them? How does he give them to someone? How can he take them away? All of these questions he's trying to answer. He stops in his tracks as one of the guards walks in. Sherikov, the boss needs you. Sherikov shivers, for he knows something bad will come from his actions. Tuesday, October 28th, 1987. Lizzie Hayes appears back in Requiem Library. No one is around.
That would be Zimmer.
Can
Fame.
we
There's a reason for that.
cop a recap? Did exactly what happened last time I was here? Is that all that happened there? And then I just kind of popped back into existence?
It's all that happened to you. You were there for a minute or so, and you appeared back.
I saw Mr. Zachary Downs as the King of Sand.
Sandman.
You feel drawn.
When you say King of Sand,
To-
just imagine a man standing next to a sand castle.
Basically.
You're not wrong.
Time to grab. I keep my subjects crowded.
You feel drawn to the apartment complex.
Yoink.
Young. Young.
Whether you act on that is up to you. What are you rolling for?
My own personal morality check. I do a 50-50 on a D100 just to see what I'm thinking when I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I believe I'd like to go home.
And you may do so.
I'm gonna go home.
May I see,
And-
can I see the map? Actually, no. I haven't got
Fall
one.
asleep for a
Forever.
long time.
It's been so long. I need
So, quick question. So the rules
Okay,
were
it's the exact opposite. Wait, actually. No. Yes, like the exact opposite direction from the apartment
Quick
complex.
question. The rules were: do not use powerful malicious intent, do not erase memories, do not erase universes, and
Where now, this is something I need you to take those very seriously, Weston. If you do not,
this is Connor asking.
Yes,
not to forget.
yes. Connor, who is in control of Weston, I need you to take those very seriously, because if you do not, this story will change.
Everything
Not for the better.
you changes the story. We get 4 points, right?
Yep.
Yay!
Can you list them off again?
Yeah.
Do not use powerful malicious intent, do not erase memories or universes.
Malicious or violent intent. You can be
Let's
violent,
say that.
specifically not malicious or violent, because technically you weren't being malicious when you noped that man's hand, but that was violent. It's very.
It was very malicious.
But to him, it wasn't for malicious intent.
It was not
It was
malicious
still
intent.
violent
It
I
was
was
Yes.
gonna give them back eventually, which I did.
You did.
For the record.
You did.
Yeah, because James told you.
Also, you answered my question about Weston. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't. The director did.
Who are you talking to?
Hey, is that the person on number 3? The third line? Is that the board?
No.
So does the narrator
Who's
talk? Hold on.
Is the narrator
Quick, like,
talking
meta
to
question.
James?
Does the narrator actually talk to all of us at the beginning of each session?
Yeah, do we
Like
go
our
into a
characters.
fugue state and like
It's
dissociate?
the loading screen. He is the chips that appear at the bottom. I thought that he's a cut screen. That's what he is. Cut screen.
Yes and no.
Cutscene.
The narrator, talks to you, who are in control of those characters.
Mhm.
So are our characters given that sort of meta knowledge of what the narrator says?
Yes.
Because we can
Except for
except for the pictures.
the pictures. The pictures are not.
Because we can ask questions as our characters. Kind of.
Everything after allowing to paint a picture is not a part of your knowledge.
Gotcha.
The whole intro is neither. Once I do go to the psyche and the questions, those are your characters.
Beginning of each session, we all just hear, "Welcome to Entity Point, Colorado."
We're just like,
Uh-huh.
it's
The
been
fuck?
6 minutes since the last one.
Bless this mess.
What's going on?
Not again.
But technically,
Can you imagine if a session, we did an entire session and only 6 minutes had passed?
the narrator does, in fact, interact with your characters whenever you do intuitive,
Yes.
but not.
So-
But you don't know it.
So what just happened between Weston and the director?
That was a fully canon thing, and you saw the narrator. And
Okay.
No, he
you heard me and the director.
Did they?
No.
Okay, so I will have to enlighten them.
You want to paint a picture?
Oh, maybe
Tell a story?
that wouldn't be such a good idea.
Did Weston hear that, or is Connor just hearing that?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer. Hey, remember?
Do not say a single word to them, or I will count that as a rule broken.
No, you can't. You can't.
Do not talk back to me, Weston. I have more power than you do.
That's fair, but in my defense,
Wes is just talking out loud.
throughout all of history, the rules of the deal are established before the deal, and once you have agreed upon them, you cannot change it unless both.
I make the rules here, Weston. I can change them or add more whenever I like.
Apparently, you do have superiors.
I am the superior.
He's the director. He's not.
He's not the director. The director
He's
is
the
one
narrator.
who set down the rules. If you want to write that by the director, Mr. Narrator,
I'm not. I did not make the rules, nor can I change the rules. That is the director.
I'd love to go
I can
home,
add the
please.
rules. I
Wait,
can
wait.
add the rules.
You go.
what did he say?
I said I am not the director. I do not make the rules, nor can I change the rules. That is all the director.
The director you're talking to.
Okay.
The director and I do not. We speak through the same person, but we are not the same.
I see.
Oh.
Well,
Understand, Weston?
ridiculously unfair that you added, like, you made a fine print.
You can tell them the rules, and that is all. I will allow that.
Tell them of the board's existence.
We do not exist, Weston. We are not a thing. We exist outside of everything.
Are you them?
No.
Are you the void?
No, those are both a part of reality. We are not a part of it.
Are you what lies beyond?
Yes.
I did not know the narrator can interact in such a way.
Well, now you do.
We all
I
need to
think we
paint a
need Lane
picture.
back.
Agree.
Lane
But
is literally. I mean, like, if I can make a meta thought for a second, like,
I agree.
the
He's
whole-
getting to the point where he will agree.
but like the whole point of at the beginning of the very first session, he paints a picture, and Lane is literally the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and everything we do is affecting the story and affecting the picture and affecting the paint. And so it's like,
You're catching on to whenever I say pay attention to the pictures.
I think
Yeah.
the narrator needs a better poker face.
I wasn't trying to do it for your poker
But, like,
face.
I mean,
Stop deep throating the cup.
even
That is not
Yes,
You were shoving it into your throat.
No.
even
So-
the voices talking to Weston, telling him to paint a careful picture, like it's all tying in.
I know.
How are you interacting? Your characters aren't near each other.
I know.
But yes,
Telepathy.
You don't have that.
Duh.
Not yet.
I need you
I can make
to understand something, Weston. I do not control your story.
I do not control the rate lobsters die. The lobster?
I do not control your story. I am merely telling it. I can affect things in your story, but only based on your decisions.
So make good decisions, boy.
Because if you don't, director's gonna.
I was punished once before for allowing for what I did for James.
Answering a question.
So,
You may or may not. Find
if I
out
were
who
to
or
just
what I
full
am.
on break the rules, what happens?
The director takes control and this story starts over, but with his control.
Maybe not starts over.
And that would also mean no one gets powers. Those are not a thing. Forces would not exist anymore.
That sounds pretty sucky.
It would all be a normal, everyday town. And neither of us want that.
I want things to happen here.
Why does it have to be that way though?
Because that's just how it is.
Why?
Oh, that's the worst excuse
Yeah,
ever.
that's a sucky thing for a parent to tell to a child.
Because that's how it's supposed. That's how it is, man.
Joseph.
Joseph.
I don't
Why?
know all the answers here.
Who can you ask then?
The one that made everything else. I didn't make this world.
Patrick.
Patrick.
There has a direct line to Patrick.
me
The game master.
Patrick.
Can we continue, please?
I will stab you.
What did I
I didn't mean to point at you.
You pointed at him and you looked at him and you're like, I will stab you.
I'm sitting here chewing my fingernail.
I will stab both of you.
That's good. Okay.
Let's get on with the story.
Yes.
You mean the picture? He doesn't tell pictures. Right. Tell
He
stories.
doesn't
I
tell
tell
pictures.
stories.
Oh, wait. This idiot's still alive.
What idiot?
Revan.
You don't know
Didn't he wake up?
Yeah, you don't know that.
That was a part of a picture.
It was. Joseph's gonna change my notes a little.
His meta knowledge, yeah.
Allow us to continue. Weston, you, James, Zach, Luke, and Alistair and Trevor are all right outside the apartment complex. Trevor is currently fallen on his knees and staring at the ground. Luke is currently cowering behind Alistair's motorcycle.
Luke went
That's right.
home. Or started to.
Good thing you're here to remember things I don't.
Alistair was just kind of staring off blankly.
Lizzie has
Weston,
chaotic go home and sleep energy, and she will not be a part of the story, apparently.
No. I never said that.
okay, Weston is going to he's gonna jump and he's gonna be like, okay, okay, I know the rules now.
What are you talking
Alistair just looks. Trevor doesn't notice. Zach is with Trevor. Alistair just slowly turns and stares at you. What?
I was told not to tell any of you about it, which I'm not gonna do, but I know the rules.
What are they?
Isn't that breaking a rule telling us that you're not supposed to tell us?
Did I tell you about it?
You're right.
Anyway, the rules are: do not use my power, and I assume this also goes for the rest of you.
What
but
can I do?
I don't know, but anyway,
What can I do?
they just seem to be universal rules. Do not use your power for violent or malicious intent. Do not erase memories, which is so far just a me thing.
Yeah, I don't think.
Also,
malicious or
the
violent
other-
intent is a universal
Well,
rule.
does stealing
Very
memories count?
Malcolm King.
No, you never viewed it as violent or malicious.
Revan?
Alistair, would you count stealing
That's-
memories as taking them?
I didn't steal them.
No, you don't. Clark
Oh.
Downs does.
From
I was
they're not
told-
universal rules.
he doesn't
For you.
steal them. He just looks through them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going through someone's mail.
It's
But the
stealing
but the
privacy.
problem is, the rules would be different for him because that's his power.
Regardless, continue.
Okay.
So the rules aren't.
So I can't erase the memories. Well, I can, but I won't. I can't erase the universes, which I don't think I ever did. I think I actually created a whole separate one, but that's besides
Yeah,
the
you
point.
basically created a new one.
Which
so-
is just as
And I
bad.
think that's it. I could be forgetting something.
One more.
Oh, yes. I can't tell you about how I learned these rules.
Do not
On 5 card.
actively.
Shut up.
Do not. Everything you erase cannot go to that place.
Oh, I need to control that.
Control where you erase it to.
Wow, that is like the most abstract concept that's come to Weston's head. Like, he's worked on making his power very abstract, but erasing it to somewhere where it shouldn't be is the most abstract.
You erase things from reality, so it's somewhere outside of it.
So,
That was the director, not me.
yes.
So don't put it in the sandy butt crack
So,
where you have been.
Sandy Buck Craig?
Also, this is for Connor and for you guys. Not everything the narrator says Weston can hear. Only when I specifically am talking to Weston like that.
Put a couple chestnuts up there.
I think I know a way to work around not fully erasing things.
Only half race. I'm only gonna
To put it simply,
Only half.
if I want to get rid of something, I would just be like, nope, you're not there right now. You are somewhere else. It doesn't
That
count as
would be a
racist.
workaround.
Yeah, Alistair.
Yes.
Mr. Big Brain.
I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure his boss is
Would
bigger than
that? How
These
much
galaxies.
reading have you done into we'll call it legal work? Have you done any at all?
Do I
I'm a
look like
files guy.
Perfect.
lawyer? Do I look like
Would
a
that
lawyer?
work in court?
I was
Could a
told,
lawyer use that?
a lawyer can use anything.
So can
I've watched all those cop shows.
and vampires.
So the rule is like, what's the rule again for that for
I
the
was
racing
told
part?
specifically, and to adhere to them very seriously. Do not erase. Do not send things to non-reality.
So when you erase things, it doesn't get rid of them. It just moves them to a place
Well,
It gets rid of them from reality, but there are places outside of it.
yes.
So you just send it there.
Prior to now, that's probably where most things have ended up. But now,
throwing rocks in the director's house.
but now,
Throwing all his
maybe
things
that's
into
why
lost
he's
and
pissed
found.
off at me.
Every time something vanishes, it just hits his window like a bird.
I may or may not have allowed that to happen.
Anyway, so my work around Alistair, which technically is not breaking the rules, is instead of, like, if I wanted to move that rock, or if I wanted that rock to no longer be there, I'd be like, no, you're not there. You're not right there. And I technically don't have control over where it is, where it goes.
It's
But I would
just
be like,
not outside of reality. It's just somewhere else.
else.
It's just not there.
it's like rolling a d20 in D&D. It chooses a random location somewhere still within the realm.
Can I
Of
have
Mundus.
dice?
Oh yeah, he needs some dice.
I may or may not be doing that whenever you know something now.
That is exactly what you should do.
D100, D100.
Oh wait. I had an idea.
Is this James?
So,
or
like,
I
Joseph?
like your idea. This is James.
Okay.
So, like, if I wanted to...
You're the only one that well, Alistair as well. You played a bard,
Yes.
singing mage. At higher level magic, there's a teleportation spell, and there's a chart. And based on how well you know that location, the better chance it is that you can send something there.
Oh.
What if you said that rock is not here, it's at my bed?
You could test
Try
that
that.
right now.
Okay.
Put it on top of Jones.
First, roll
Put it-
grit.
It's just an idea.
Difficulty of 7.
Put it on top of Jonesy's head. Wait, no, I'm paying attention to Trevor. I'm not listening to any of
I'm not
this.
going to spend any... That's a one.
You're not going to spend any tokens
Well-
on this.
Well, no, hold on.
th-
Do not fail by 6. I'll spend 1 token to make it a 2, so it's not a catastrophic failure.
Okay. But then, that was to see how much control you had over where it went. You don't have much control, but you
Well, he's-
still spend a
As long as
token.
it doesn't go
You
too...
still, I'll count that token you spent as using your power as well.
Connor, if you got a catastrophic failure, you wouldn't control at all where it goes.
Whee! Zoom.
So, that whatever
Oh,
rock.
just for the sake of a little bit of comedy, can whenever I note something, it just actually go...
You can make that sound.
Can I
I'll allow it.
note the fact that it doesn't do that already?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. You have to make the sound every time.
So, like, I could just not say anything and then be all of a sudden...
So that is what you hear when the rock disappears. Alistair's just like,
I'm going to be honest. I don't think it went where I wanted it to. But, seeing as how we're still all here,
Why wouldn't we be?
that's besides the point.
yeah.
I didn't break the rules.
Zach, what are you doing with Trevor?
I am literally just
I think that is the
pulling
point.
him around my arm. I'm not saying
Well,
anything.
Kind of is the
I'm
point.
just like,
Until it's-
excuse me.
Otherwise, everything.
How you described it sound pretty gay, dude.
No.
You're like, I have him in my arms. Around, I'm holding putting him in my
What's
arms.
wrong with that, you dink?
Yeah.
Because we think he's gay, but he won't admit it. I'm trying to find proof.
Stop.
You said I have my arm around Trevor, and that's how it sounded.
He's on his shoulder, okay?
Please continue.
No.
Basically, I'm glad that you have rules now. Please adhere to them.
Should we?
Alistair, I
Where's-
have a quick question,
Yes.
and then we need to start towards timeless trinkets to pick up the rest of Lane.
Okay. We did the deal, right?
Yeah.
That's what you did? Where's Lizzie?
My assumption, she's probably at the last place she was before she disappeared.
Yes, but now,
So the library?
would she stay there?
No, I have no idea where she is.
Where do you think she'd go?
Depending on her frame of mind, possibly back to work.
That's fair.
She wouldn't be at
hasn't
school,
gone to
probably
work.
at the mall. Nah, not at the mall. Maybe The diner if she's hungry? Home? I don't know. Fair.
All of which fair.
Which one's most likely? We should probably bring her too. In case we need muscle, because none of us have any.
I don't remember. Do you have one of those fancy mobile phones?
Pulls out like a retro flip phone.
A retro.
No.
So you're so old.
Call Lizzie's home phone and see if she's there.
You don't even know if he's holding.
I don't, but
Ring, ring.
he's from the future.
You hear him go ring 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 ring.
That's his
But it's
thing.
not coming from him. It's coming from the phone.
Gosh, he made his own literal ringtone.
His ring thing.
You have a call?
I would call me at home.
Chicken crispy.
With how long that took, probably.
That was sad and disappointing.
Ring ring.
I actually answer the phone.
You rolled some
I rolled to
shit.
see if I was going to answer the phone or not.
Hello?
Dude.
Uh.
No, you should just go why before she picks up.
Oh, hi. Who's this? Sorry, I'm calling the Hayes residence. I'm looking for Lizzie.
Who do you think it is?
She's at her house.
Okay.
We need. This is Alistair. We need
Yeah.
you. We need you to meet us at the antique store.
Why?
Can I see the phone real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of.
not good at talking to people.
Lizzie.
Hi.
Glad you're back. I missed you. We're going to Timeless Trinkets, the antique store, to find Lane. And I think we talked a little bit about this at the library.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the rest of Lane. He's apparently in a jar in the attic.
Okay. Why?
He can apparently come back.
Why would we want to do that?
I don't know if we necessarily do, but we need to have all of him in one place.
Okay.
Weston, you're amazed at this mobile phone because you can't even hear what they're saying. What she's saying.
This isn't fair!
Weston, you're so loud.
Weston is very loud.
Shut up!
All right. Will you meet us there? Or do we have to come get you and drag you out of the basement?
I'd
We
like
could
to
not
see
drag
you
you.
try.
None of us could drag you.
Uh-huh.
Zach could, in theory, teleport in and teleport you out.
Is that why you need me? Is because none of you have any muscles on your
Yeah.
skeleton ass forms?
It's true.
Okay. Hang up.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
A lot of explicitives, and then just gonna hand the phone back over. Expletives.
That goes without saying.
Just
What between the
role play.
explicitives? What did she say?
Something about fine. She'll meet us at the antique store.
Zach T-goes there for a second. Sorry. Do you know where we got that from, Joseph? Fallen Heroes.
Video games.
Oh.
In Fallen Heroes, whenever someone disappears like Connor,
Oh.
we just say, his model's glitching. He's back in the T-pose. He's just hovering.
Elbow to elbow.
That is breaking it
He
elbow.
told you to
Elbow
roll
to
play,
elbow.
Joseph.
Role play. Well, we need to go walking, but Alistair is not there.
All right, bastards. I'm the narrator now.
Yo,
Weston.
bastard.
Please stop.
That was.
You know what?
was
We're
something
taking
fine.
control of our own destiny now.
All right.
With
Yo,
my-
I have
no
We can go. Yo, bastard.
You know what? I think it's a great time for me to go empty me blatty.
I think that's where Patrick is.
No, he was
I'm gonna go empty
Guys,
me
through my
blatty.
miraculous powers, I brought the narrator back.
He noped the narrator for a very short time and then brought him back. And now we're all dead because he misused his powers. Wait, I have a question. Does nothing the full person present in your memories? If it's not malicious or violent?
That argument could be very easily made.
Yeah, Alistair,
Bit.
I had another question.
What was the
Well-
little voice crack there?
I need some water. Also,
Ice. Baby.
thank you.
Ice.
He's got a
ice,
cup right there.
baby.
It's empty.
Yes.
What?
2 questions. Richter Hydron of Universe 1B does not exist anymore, right? He's
no,
dead.
Richter Hydron does not exist.
Oh, period. That name does not exist in any records.
Nope.
Okay. What about Eden Hydron?
Yeah, we talked about this. She's dead.
Okay. I had to make sure I had my notes right. Because I couldn't remember if he didn't exist and she was
Eden Hydron
dead.
only exists in Universe 1.
Well, this is Universe 1.
Interesting.
But Richter Hydron doesn't exist.
So
So either that's not Richter Hydron or something's wrong with my
she's a
records.
crossdresser.
You saw.
we've seen both of them at the same time.
Very good crossdresser.
Holograms. I'm busy with Trevor.
Also,
Shoulder.
I have a question I forgot to ask the narrator, but it doesn't matter. I'll ask Alistair instead because he might be able to answer
He might
while we are getting his bike ready to leave. Well, 2 small questions. One, I think I asked this at some point, but is there any record of someone having 2 spirits at the same time?
believe you have asked this.
It's very rare.
I had to.
What happens?
Usually
You were a
they
very special
have
case because you didn't have any powers from the
either
catalyst.
they have two. They get 2 forces inside them, and their body just combusts, basically.
Boom.
Or they have 2 spirits inside them, 2 connections, and they have 2 different powers coming from both.
So, is there any specific like colors that work well together? If that makes sense.
Any Infinity works best with all of them.
Yeah, we gave that one back to you though.
As does the void.
Them is also malleable with most others.
All right. Wes?
Those are the ones that can only work with all of them.
Cool. Second question: have you ever seen the whole what he can do, pointing to Trevor with the whole making illusions real?
Mhm.
I haven't, not with my powers on, but
No, walk over.
have you seen that power
I
before?
think Trevor's gonna need a few hours.
No, and you hear Trevor just go,
You gonna try his voice?
Bro.
Yeah, that's the
No,
C word right there.
Gravelly
Bro.
surfer dude.
bro.
Gravelly surfer dude.
There you go. You're getting there.
Bro.
You guys are nerds.
You guys are nerds.
All right.
No, not
He's just-
nerds. Nerds.
I think I'm gonna go see Mr. Black.
Okay, so I know.
He does not sound like that.
No, he would. Nathan would be better at it. But basically, he says that, slowly walks up and starts walking towards the therapist's office.
That's a good idea, Trevor. Also, your dad's probably still looking for you. Should we send him that direction?
you see Trevor looking around, just. I don't care. He can look me if I want.
That direction if we see him, which I hope we
He'll
don't.
give you like
He's at Mr. Black's.
He's going to ask why.
I
He
really
wouldn't.
Who's going to ask why?
don't know
You know
why.
why he wouldn't?
Who's gonna ask?
If we
You know
run
why he
in,
wouldn't?
why?
He goes there regularly.
I don't know that.
He said it. He said it.
I mean,
No, I forgot.
fair enough.
No. That he just.
I mean,
said
that's fair.
Oh,
We'll send him there. We don't have to give him a reason. We'll send him that direction. If we run into him, I hope we don't. He doesn't like me right now, or any of us. Any of us. He doesn't like any of
He
us.
likes me.
He tolerates you.
I think he likes me.
Likes me.
I think he definitely has a very strong
Hatred.
bond. With
No.
That
A strong
bond is hatred.
feeling.
He has a strong feeling
The bond
towards
that
you.
can only be forged through a fist to the face.
Through death by
All right.
combat.
I don't think Mr. Bill's ever punched
Also,
in the face.
Alistair, you didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the like whole making illusions real thing before?
It's a semi-common power when it comes to at least the Blood Emperor. Very
Cool.
most others do not.
Could he, in theory,
In theory, he can do anything.
Okay, Jamison.
do
Say
you
the idea.
still read comics?
No.
Could he turn himself into the Hulk?
If we know him,
Of
he'll be
course
a
he can.
he'll be a ruler Hulk.
That didn't answer my question. Would he be as strong as the Hulk?
Theoretically.
We need to stop.
What would it look like to me if he, let's say, picked up a car?
You would see him do this and then a car gets lifted.
Jameson?
If it's all
Yes.
theoretical.
Anything works.
And technically, theoretically, theoretically anybody can do that.
I mean, yes,
Of
but
consideration.
Yes.
Based on all the things that I've gone through.
Are you going through puberty, Weston?
Yeah, no. Okay, let's consider all the things that I've gone through because I've broken rules that I didn't know about. Let's be very careful when we're experimenting with very powerful spirits.
what do you want me to do?
I
Laser
want-
vision? I'm gonna focus really hard,
Until we know.
and nothing happens.
Can you roll
Until.
What do you mean to roll?
2d4,
Jameson.
difficulty of 8?
Until we know the
Is he gonna make
rules.
an illusion?
I got a 3. I'm not gonna waste
You can't
token. Yeah, I'm trying to activate my powers, but I got a 3. I didn't critically fail.
You have activated your power.
Yeah.
But very weakly.
Jameson?
I feel like
Laser vision. I have flashlights for eyes. What am I gonna do?
It's not about what you can do. We need to be careful. And I can't believe I'm the one saying this.
What are you
I
talking about?
can.
What are you talking
Alistair's
about?
gonna. Alistair's like, I'm gonna get on my bike. You guys have
What are you
fun.
talking
He
about?
starts
Meet us-
driving.
meet-
I've been at the antique
Cord.
store for like
Tips
20
on your
minutes.
bike.
Just standing outside.
Weston.
Anyway,
We need
Weston.
we've.
Weston.
hold
I
on.
feel like we're gonna start walking now.
Hold on.
While we're talking, we're
Jameson,
walking though.
Weston.
Jameson,
Weston.
what?
What are you talking about rules?
Listen, I
It's
know
not heroes. I've seen it.
that
Oh,
there are
right.
universal rules, and I know that if there are rules for me in my power, it is very wise to assume that there are rules for each power.
No, agreed. There's rules for everything, written or
So,
unwritten. But
if
most
I was
of them should be written down.
if I was punished for literally breaking the rules without knowing them,
I mean, if you're blind, they are.
if I was punished for breaking the rules without knowing them, Jameson, shut up for a goddamn second.
You didn't answer my question.
Ooh.
If there are rules that can be broken without knowing them, we need to consider what we're trying before we try it.
Weston.
So if we can, we need to find out more rules for our powers,
Weston.
so we know what we can and can't do without everything being reset.
Weston.
What?
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, James.
You have. You
Weston last session would
Not
never
so.
say
This
this.
is the complete opposite of subtle. You have learned restraint.
You know who hasn't?
You can slap me. I promise.
I'm not gonna slap you.
Alistair, just before he gets on his bike, is just from being threatened.
Alistair,
I
I
will-
called dibs on your bike when you were gone. I don't think you can reclaim ownership if you didn't exist. The bike is no longer entitled.
He drives away.
No.
He just starts it. He just gets on.
Why? What would
That's
you?
what I'm
Why? I didn't give you permission.
Hey, someone has.
Hey, don't make me know you're him.
I thought you couldn't use violence.
It's
Threatening.
That's
it is
pretty
not necessarily
malicious.
violent.
if I do it, we all get reset. Just be careful what you do around me.
You're threatening them?
Thing, buddy. If you're gonna reset everything, make it worth it.
I am God when he summoned the flood. I have that ability right now.
Nope, the director out of existence.
I don't think
How many
you can do
tokens can you
that.
That doesn't work.
Nope.
He has to be a part of existence for that to
Yeah,
count.
he does. He can't
Nope,
milk
the fact
something
that
out
he's
of you.
Nope, the
No.
director into this plane.
That's not how it works.
You are not here. You are in fact here now, and now you're gone.
No, here's the
You
thing.
basically just yo-yoed the boy.
Here's how it kind of works. The director is outside of existence. Him walking into existence does not make him a part of existence.
He's still based.
He still doesn't exist.
not
Yeah,
existence.
Basically, he would see the director there, even with his power on, but he doesn't exist.
Do not make me flood you mofos.
Mm. No more rainbows.
Do you guys discuss anything else on the way there, or can we skip
This I will
there?
alter-
We're walking.
I will literally alter
Do you
But I
reality.
still- do you
am
discuss
legitimately-
anything else?
Curious if I can so I have true sight, right?
Yes.
Could I, in theory, have X-ray vision if I tried hard enough? if I put my head against a wall and just went, or would I just get a
I think
headache?
you were literally burning a hole through the wall itself and also through your skull.
It's true. We did learn that.
Quite possibly, yes, you could look through a wall.
Well, it's because you weren't trying to look through the wall.
If you
James.
focus on looking through the wall and not looking for anything else.
Like, it has no other extra applications.
You have your powers are very useful.
They're very useful for finding other people with powers and collecting
interesting
them up.
things.
But that is the only thing I can do.
Maybe you should keep them up.
We'll call you the collector then.
No.
But he has a name.
But anyway,
Orange OJ.
yes,
Alright.
there could be
The
avenues
names
to
that I
your power
hate
that we
more
haven't
than any-
explored or discovered yet.
Tech
But
support.
until that time, you shouldn't try to
The
use that
Vanisher?
hole through your skull.
Mine. No.
Codename
Yeah.
37.
Or the Vanisher.
Portal.
Portal.
Tater tot.
What are you again?
No, I was OJ.
Because you're dumb with names.
You were codename
I
37.
picked Portal for me.
Alistair's Alfred.
Lizzie was the
Alistair
Vanisher.
is
Lizzie hates the
Tech
Vanisher.
support.
Zach was Portal.
Alistair is
Jonesy's Tater Tot.
Lizzie does not
Alistair was
consent to the
IT
Vanisher.
/ Alfred. Mr. Hayes is Papa.
Steve.
Stephen is Stephen. Pepper is the
Character.
Atomic Ruler.
Yeah, I know.
Chance is the Exorcist. Riley is Blue Jay. Rocky is Rocky.
Rocky's
And-
Melvin is headcanon.
Anyway,
head cannon.
No,
Um,
that's headcanon.
Ooh,
What?
so
fan service.
he is hot.
all right, we are at the antique store, and Lizzie is going to punch us all for being 2 hours late.
Alistair is there about like 10-15 minutes before you.
Oh
are.
no, I know.
That long to walk.
I know. I'm
How
making
long
that
has
up.
it been for real since I got there and since these idiots show up?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Alistair gets there 15 minutes before. So
We've been there
15
about
minutes.
15 minutes before Alistair shows up.
Mhm.
Alistair shows up.
Wait, can't Zach just teleport us?
You decide to walk.
Yeah,
You
we
did.
true.
You
We
guys very
did.
much decided to walk.
Okay, then I'm
Uh,
asking, couldn't Zach have just teleported us when we arrived?
Because I don't think you're quite powerful enough to do 3 people.
So,
Also,
Okay.
do you just stand there?
I'm quite forgetful that you can teleport.
Okay, so on the
Yeah.
phone he
Maybe you
said
should not.
that
Teleport
there's a
to
jar
any-
of him upstairs.
What if I erase my own memory?
I'm
We
waiting
have
10
another
minutes
Weston
before I turn invisible and try to go upstairs.
Okay. Would you like to roll or
Yeah,
use tokens?
I mean,
Roll
it's
intelligence?
hypothetical.
Would no? Would you like to roll d4s
Yes, I would love to roll d4s.
Are you sure?
or use tokens?
I've thought about
I'm
doing
gonna
that.
hold on my tokens for now.
You can just drink for them. Or why are you putting it closer to my face?
So they can hear you whisper.
Lizzie!
What'd you get?
20 so far on this dice.
22!
23.
You see, rolling is very different than using your tokens. Tokens is
You
automatic.
got a 23.
So technically, rolling a 23 is not the same as using 10 tokens.
Right, I'm not gonna note myself out of existence.
It'd be
again.
the equivalent of using 5 tokens.
Uh-huh. I still rolled a 23 on 2d4 though.
Yeah.
He rolled 18 on 1.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah. I rolled a
Fle-
1
if we're
on this
flexing.
one. I rolled 22 on a single one.
If we're flexing. So yes, you do vanish. When? How long do you wait
Where do you
before
vanish?
you vanish?
I said 10 minutes, so I'm sticking with 10 minutes.
Okay.
Move it back to the boy.
You vanish. What do you do?
Give him back.
Well, does this feel
You get
different than the other times I've
alternative.
vanished?
In the future,
Because I feel like
How did you think the other ones felt?
put them in a jar into your
I
bed.
mean, I know that it feels more exhausting when I'm doing 2 people, because I've done 2 people many times, than it does just doing myself. And I know that I feel dead on my feet when I do 10 tokens worth of invisibility.
No, you don't feel anything.
I mean, it's fair. I come back feeling dead on my
I'm
feet.
supposed to deal with it.
So I imagine it's probably the exertion. I guess I should be the exertion of 2
about the
people.
gun.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, just in case
Get it?
Steve finishes his body.
Mostly
I'd
what I
rather
want
just
to do is, if it
have
feels
you
at
drink
all
another
different, I want
bottle.
to see if I can stick my hand through the wall.
It feels off. I'll say that.
Okay.
Tell me you don't want to.
You don't know what exactly is off, but it feels off.
Is
Well,
I really wanna drink
she
another
has
vial.
decided that she wants to try it, so she's gonna try sticking her hand through
we're
the
not
wall.
doing anything other than
Your hand goes through the wall.
Oh yeah.
Face now.
Neither of them were.
I'm going to. Can I? I'm obviously not phasing.
I'm listening with this here, but I'm also having an actual real conversation with Weston about trying to figure out what to do with his powers.
I'm obviously
Is
not
it
facing
on-
through the floor. So
is it
can I
on my-
walk through
Probably.
the wall, step up the stairs, and like try to walk through the door?
You walk through the wall, see Destiny just at the counter.
West,
See,
James's
have-
girlfriend.
Mr. Hydran polishing a vase, an old vase,
We still have the rainbow.
and you see the stairs up.
That's what's right behind you.
It is
What's
way
wrong
too
with you?
risky.
We'd have to find somebody who's
Give
really
the-
just shove it back.
Just give it back to Lane.
Does he still have
It could be-
James, you still have the game with you.
No, I know. I'm talking.
No, we needed to know.
I have the cane. I also have the Lane.
Pain in the lane.
And you're gonna have that.
Also,
when you
I
go-
have a question about the rainbow vial.
Yes.
Is it reminiscent of Kane?
Is it Kane or Lane?
Both.
So that's that's it.
Is
Lane and Kane.
That's a
they look
It's
really
not-
similar?
Yes.
But it does this right here? Does it look like the thermos of Lane I have, or does it look like the cane?
Yes.
See, that's
So it's a liquid crack.
Jameson.
It's cracked, but it's also liquid.
All right. Also, I'm trying to remember.
It's like
We gave-
cracks floating around.
Why did you put that on my pencil? We have given away the gray one, right?
Yes.
Purple, red, and the void. We still have blue, green, shadow, and rainbow boy.
Rainbow.
I've drank the orange one
To get your.
because I wanted my glowy back. That is all.
Yeah.
When you first walk in,
Rainbow's out.
Yeah, rainbow's out, shadow's out.
I'm gonna stand perfectly
Green and
still,
blue are the only
as
two
if
that I'm
they would be
okay
able to
with
see me.
combining with anything.
But I'm just like, where do I walk in through the wall? Am I like behind the counter or whatever, or am I like?
In front
That's not normal for
Mhm.
him to look like. We don't
Okay.
that's
We'll see what other
Well, I
kinds
walk
of
through and I
powers
just
show up
stand
with that.
perfectly still for a
You
second.
could, but remember that.
Primal energy. Maybe it's just like fire. No, that was blue. Luke was blue.
The narrator
No, he was
Okay.
red.
The narrator did say it's
I would like to head to the
malleable
stairs.
with all the others.
the narrator.
Maybe. That was just for the sake of convenience.
I think that was actually Connor because
Yeah, 'cause they're
because
chatting, like-
we're trying to figure out.
It seems as if it's more like Joseph and Connor talking about how to use Weston's power than James and Weston.
It's both.
There are times
allow that.
there are times when it's both. There are times when it's one and the other.
Yes.
I would think that Weston would be smart enough to not mention any of those things, so I will allow it.
Wait,
He-
oh,
he was-
in the narrator.
He was clarifying that blue mixes. The narrator mentioned that blue mixes well with most of the others.
Like
No,
it,
Alistair did.
malleable. Or okay.
That was Alistair,
Okay.
but still.
Anyway, so swapping that narrator with Alistair.
He just misspoke. Okay. So
Gonna
probably that one.
noodle our way towards the stairs, and I'm going to assume that crazy lady can see me. I'm just assuming
When
that.
you walk up the
Probably.
stairs,
Uh-huh.
you
Maybe it's
notice
like blood type.
Richter Hydran go
They're both universal donors.
and look around. And then looks
Well,
directly at you.
Oh,
So
positive.
you don't need any more powers.
And he has an
Yeah,
eye patch over his
positive
left eye, so he
can-
squints with his right.
Transfuse with the other
Oh.
blood. But
Freaking
negative
Weston.
transfuse.
And then he
Or
goes
you can
back
see
to
the other way
the
around.
That's the way it is. One of
Uh-huh.
them can take
Don't
over,
like
the other
that.
one
I
can
don't like
take
it at
over.
all.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But I've
take
committed to what I'm doing.
that track.
I can't like
But
step
if we
even if
added
he can
you
see
to
me. I can't step
something
down and
else.
pretend I wasn't doing what I was doing.
And
if he can't see me, then I'm being paranoid, so I might as well just go on ahead.
So
I'm gonna step up
You
and
go
face the doors.
upstairs.
Uh huh.
And you see dozens and dozens of jars filled with dead animals and bugs. A couple of the jars are filled with like dead rats. One of them is filled with just, you recognize body parts from a raccoon.
Frank!
Several jars are filled with the bodies of cats. Many jars are filled with dead bugs. And you see Miss Hydron standing in front of the window, holding a jar.
Petting.
Yes.
Oh! Is it a jar of paint?
You can't see.
I'm not a jar. Is it a jar of dirt?
Okay. Is
It
there
has to be a jar of dirt.
paint around?
You can't see a jar of paint.
Where are we going?
A
Garbage,
jar of
okay.
paint, like a
Oh,
jar
yes.
of paint. And guess what it's going to turn into?
Is this the only room upstairs?
A person.
And you see a bed in the middle of the room.
I have to assume, if I can't see the jar of paint, I have to assume she's holding the jar of paint.
It's okay. I can protect you.
And what?
She's spooky.
She's spooky.
Spooky.
Am I above
That's a
Yeah.
jar.
punching
She's
the
supposed to be
snot
dead.
out of
That's
a
a
woman?
jar right there.
Am I above punching the snot out of a woman?
No.
Are you able to punch something when you're invisible?
That's
I
a
mean,
good
I'm
question.
choosing not to phase through the floor, so I
Phase?
assume.
Unfazed.
Well, Vision and the Martian. Martian Manhunter.
I would like to
Ghost. Just
like
ghost.
skirt the room and see if there's a way I can catch a glimpse of what jar she's holding.
You
I don't want to get too close to her.
move about halfway through to the corner of the room that's directly across from her.
Mhm.
And you do see her holding a jar of paint. But the paint is moving around and like trying to stretch.
I don't know a lot about Blaine, but I assume
who's
that would
inside?
fit in with his status, his modus operandi.
It's okay.
What is on us?
If I punch her, I will kill her.
Yes, you will.
Almost there. How strong you are.
Into exactly. I'll
If
roll
you
like
roll
5
five-
nat 20s and I'll just instantly
Are you willing
decimate
to
her.
risk it?
No, I'm not.
Physical manifestation. Human manifestation.
Can I hold something and it not be invisible?
No.
Okay.
Anything you touch will turn invisible.
I'm gonna
Item, like holdable or person, so.
The building
I'm gonna-
turns invisible.
walk over and I'm just gonna like touch the bed. Is it turn invisible?
You can still see it, but you know it does.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel that tingle.
Invisible tingle.
Wrinkle on your finger.
This bed, it feels up invisible.
I got your nose.
Oh my gosh, you got my nose! Where'd it go?
My face is gone.
Imagine if like Lizzie and Trevor combined their powers into like some strange
Let's not imagine that.
of illusion.
They don't get along very well.
That's true.
So
They don't at all.
The two
no, no, no.
heads do not
They don't.
interacted.
They don't not get along.
They also
But they don't
interact
get along.
at all.
They've been arrested
Yes.
once.
I don't even think
No, they
you
haven't.
It'd be interesting to mash up, is what I'm saying.
I've literally never. I've been in the room with him multiple
Yeah,
times.
But I don't think Lizzie interacted with Trevor. They did. Lizzie didn't.
That's really
Fair.
sad.
You know what? No, it's fair. Our stories go a different way.
What do you? What?
I would like to. They- I would like to walk over and like as far away from her as I can to the wall that she's at.
Take
You
the
know,
jar.
like, and I'd like to touch the wall and see if I can't make it invisible to scare the snot out of
The
her.
wall itself does not turn invisible.
Okay,
The
I
snot?
was gonna give it a try. We'll
Turns
see.
house invisible. Whoa.
Everything inside's just floating there, and it's like
She's just like,
Like, she doesn't pay attention at all.
I do not recall taking acid, but here we are.
I'm just gonna touch
Destiny, not again.
two random jars that's within her line of sight and see if I can't just make
Yeah.
them.
Out the window.
Where'd you go?
I'll let
Buddy,
one.
She sets the jar down on the mantle that's like right next to the window, and just like walks over to
If
the
she
jars.
reaches over to touch one of them, as soon as she touches it, I'm gonna let go.
Yeah, she touches one of the jars and it appears just Where'd you go? It's okay. I'm right here.
If she seems distracted, I'll let the other one go. And I'll come back.
And she grabs the other one. Just starts hugging.
Licks them.
I'm gonna like
I'll make you warm. Connor.
skirt
This is
around
Connor
her
making
and
the
grab
jar
the
warm.
paint.
Hero flight.
Yes, I can.
Do you inhale the jar?
I was suction
That's a
cupping
7.
the cup.
+1.
Plus 1 is 8.
So
Oh.
That chicken tastes mildly fruity.
Oh no.
Chicken tastes mildly fruity.
No, did you roll?
It's a 15.
Well, I can't make that with tokens. So I'm gonna take an extra token.
And you pick
That
up
is a
the jar,
positive.
The other jar.
Yeah, I'm picking up the paint, man.
And that's what this beard, she just, hey, where'd you go? She
Where'd
walks
you
over
go?
directly
Where'd
towards
you go? Is she gonna bump into me? Can I move in a way that she will not bump into me?
Roll flight.
Phase. Let her walk through you.
5. Plus 1 is 6.
Oh no.
Ooh!
You do slip out of the way. Feels around for that turn. She's gone. Just, Richter! And she just starts shouting, Richter! It's
Shout,
gone!
Patrick. Don't shout. Don't shout.
Okay.
And you hear
You're gonna give
footsteps
her
as
a heart
Richter
attack. She's like
opens the door.
30.
Can I
What is
face
it?
the floor?
No. You're gonna give that 30-year-old a heart attack.
She's invisible at the moment.
I don't care.
You phase through the floor and you phase directly into Destiny.
Boof.
And you see her just go,
I didn't know this house
That
was
show-
cold spot, but I guess it makes sense now.
I'm gonna leave through the wall.
The wall.
You see Alistair and Zane are just,
As
Are
we
we
arrive,
walking
right?
up, like,
This
right
week
now?
on Entity
Alright.
Point. Lizzie's ectoplasm.
I'm going to. Are your eyes on?
I mean, yeah, they're at like the 3 that I roll. So it's basically like
you don't see her.
Okay.
yeah, it's not powerful enough to see anything.
I'm going
really.
to whisper to Alistair very
You
quietly.
two roll brains.
She got a 23. Of course you can
You
see
roll
her.
brains. Tell me what you get.
Hey!
You forgot you
Decent
guys.
roll!
I got a 2. I'm busy talking to Weston.
Weston is.
You look up and make direct eye contact with Richter Hydron through the window of the attic. And you just see him go, he's just like,
You shouldn't exist.
and he walks down, and he immediately runs down the stairs.
I'm gonna freaking bolt.
Richter, go.
What am I doing?
Weston is going to.
I've got the paint. Meet me at the diner, and I'm gonna run.
What's the difficulty? Did you say difficulty?
I'm going to bolt
He
off
just
towards
said
the
roll
house.
brains.
The door bursts open, and Richter Hydron runs down.
put it
Behind my back.
Alistair leans over to you and just,
He's going to the
and he
night.
just,
But I'm also going to like.
One.
Is he
I see
jumping?
nothing.
I'm gonna go
No,
jump
he's
on
more
the back.
stomping.
Patrick,
I'm jumping
Okay,
on
I'm
the
going
back
to
of
stomp up
Alistair's
next to
him.
back. Like,
one. I see nothing.
flight.
me? Okay.
I'm going to stomp up next to him. I'm just going to look at him.
Okay, I got a 9.
You, Mr.
He
Hydra,
looks directly at you, just,
you have some explaining.
why are you here?
You have some explaining to do.
Answer the question.
We were coming for a friend, who I guess isn't here. But anyway,
A friend of yours that is here.
you have explaining to
yesterday.
do. You don't
Oh,
exist.
kind of
You
is.
should not exist, Mister.
What?
You
Okay,
should
I'm gonna
exist.
turn around.
Patrick,
Like,
Patrick.
Zach to spend 2 tokens to actually turn on my eyes and not just have them vaguely yellow colored. And I'm gonna just watch this as I'm getting on the bike. I'm like, Astrid, go. Do I see? I'm assuming I don't see Lizzie still.
I'm running
He's
like a.
running towards the diner.
Do I
I'm
see
running-
her just looking
I'm
around?
No,
also-
you're looking at them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not
He
running.
started running way before
That's fair.
that.
And I'm not running down the main street. I like duck into an alley and like run behind
Bob,
houses.
leave.
What's wrong with taking
Leave
the back
and
streets?
Bob.
I am watching.
You never
his
shine if you don't
mouth.
You never
Yes,
know.
I'm
Whenever
gonna
he goes, what? You see his mouth go.
Weston, come on.
Listen, also,
Weston.
Weston, shut up.
your wife is technically dead.
Weston.
Weston.
Can you roll flight, please?
He's gonna cap you.
Grabs the axe.
Yeah, for real.
8.
That's a 5. That's
That's a 5.
it looked like a 7 in the light.
That's a 5.
As he punches you across the face, you fall to the ground. There's this big welt growing on
Hey,
your
isn't
face.
that what you did to Trevor?
That was with the book.
Say
Same
one
thing.
word about my wife again, I'm gonna kill
That's illegal. You have
I
just committed a crime,
I
mister.
grab Weston and just
you. Not if
pull
they
him
don't
along.
find your body.
Oh,
That would also be still a crime.
I'm pulling him along. I'm pulling Weston along.
You see him pull out the knife that killed Mr. Lane from his jacket.
Weston, we need that.
I wouldn't do that.
Come on, Alistair, shut the
Okay.
mic.
I'm gonna give a little bit of my
He
power.
turns and looks at you for a second.
I am going to move.
You roll flight.
Actually, I'm gonna use my
I'm just
power.
gonna try to do something.
Hey,
with
Actually,
powers.
instead of rolling flight, I want to roll to move to nope the knife from his hand and put it in mine.
Don't stab him.
Over it.
Do not
It's
stab
a
him.
of 7.
Yeah.
There you go.
10.
You see him look at you. Go down. The knife vanishes and appears in
Do
Weston's
not stab him. Do not stab him.
Here, mister. I wield power you can't fathom.
Start the black.
He already started biting.
I grab Weston and
We're
just
gone.
pull him
We're
along.
gone.
He tries to grab.
How did you get this?
What do you do?
He's not paying
He tries to
attention.
grab it?
He's not
No.
paying attention.
No, he tries to grab
grabbing
you.
you.
Who does? Zach?
Me.
Oh, Zach?
Do you try to do anything?
He's not paying attention.
No, but I'm gonna yell at him as I.
He's dragging you
Yes.
away.
This went so much better than it could have. Everything that happened.
Made
A little worse too. He could have died.
I mean,
Could've-
yes.
I was
That's
going to
not
use my,
a
actually,
shiner,
I
though.
grabbed him
Yeah, this again.
before he pulled the knife.
You didn't.
Hey, can I have the
I mean,
sheath?
I did,
So we don't
actually.
have an open knife.
Oh yes. We don't need fire
Patrick.
play.
Didn't you say you weren't going to do that?
Don't.
Do what?
It's called Buck.
Don't pull it out.
The knife's name is Buck.
If you mention Buck one more time,
It's named Buck.
Buckery.
Buck can no longer come to the scene.
Black of magic.
What? Buck
Buckery.
that. He never has.
Okay, Nelly.
So, what do you yell at him as he drags you away? And he is starting to follow you. How fast are you going? You'll fly.
I'm assuming I'm gone.
And then Braun, because you're dragging him.
You resisting?
I am not particularly.
He's still,
Are you
you're
going
still
with
dragging
me?
him.
Yeah, you are still dragging a person.
Yeah, he's not standing up and
3 and fly.
And Braun,
7.
I'm gonna hold this
so
cane and
you're
try
not
to-
slowing him down, but you're not going pretty fast.
Okay. As he's being dragged, I'm going to still brandishing the blade. I'm going to say,
At least definitely catching up.
Okay.
I have killed a man with this specific knife before.
I've killed him with this thumb. That's what you were doing.
How?
Weston, shut up.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Yeah.
Weston, shut up.
Hydrant clenches his fists.
How did you get this
If
knife?
you come to me, my home, to my wife, or to my home, or place of business again, I'm killing you.
You can try.
You can't infect me.
I can.
Weston, shut.
What is this then?
Weston, shut
That's
your
not me.
fucking mouth.
Oh, jeez.
No, Zach.
I teleport him to my house.
Well, I mean,
That was loud.
Shut me up,
People
though.
upstairs.
Teleport him to my
Still
house.
though.
How many teleport does that take? I know my house inside and out. Teleport him to my basement. With Steven.
Is Wesley going to try to stop anything about this?
No.
One turn.
And then
You vanish and appear.
next to Steven.
Next to Steven, who's just eating
Who's
a
watching
banana.
TV.
Not normally.
You can go crouch.
Wait, Weston.
Weston.
Good job. You remembered. Zach. What the
He's
heck?
not there. He
Yeah.
teleported you.
Oh, just me.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
you.
I need you to shut up.
Okay.
Well, the timer's the exact
Probably
opposite.
should turn to
He's
Zach.
nothing
Actually, no,
against
that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
He has
That's
nothing
fine.
against
That's
me.
cool.
I didn't do anything to him.
He vanishes and just.
I was planning on it.
This did not
So
change
run
Weston's
to the
intention.
diner.
He's going to march back to the location of which he was teleporting from. He's going
Stubborn as
to
ever.
He's going to talk to Richter.
You praised him for his restraint.
And now he has nothing.
You
I'm
praised
just not
him for
breaking
his
the rules now.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it any better.
I disagree.
No,
I'm endangering anyone.
you will.
I had
That's
I have a
fair.
couple questions for Alistair whenever the bike is not moving.
You stop at the diner. Lisa, have you unvanished by the time you get to the diner?
No.
Did you
I
mention to me
have
that you were
not.
in the
I'm waiting.
Yes. In the
Alistair did.
Actually,
All right, then
Or
we'll
just
head
are
there
you
instead.
going outside?
Alright.
I'm going to be outside the diner. I'm going to try to be like out of the
James, your
view
power's
of
still
people,
on, so you should
I'm
be-
gonna
Turn it on a
unvanish.
little bit.
and I will. The jar of paint will be in my backpack at that point.
Okay.
Before I do that,
When you get there, you roll brains.
Me?
You.
Okay.
big brain time.
Oh yes, it is big brain time.
That's a 9.
Alistair rolled an 18. He sees you and points you out to James, and they walk over.
I'm going to open
You wanted
my
to say something to Alistair right before.
Or I'll talk to him when we're sitting inside.
open my bag and like show this wonderful jar of paint sitting
But you
inside.
do see the paint like stretching, and pulsing.
I'm going to zip it back up.
Weston did change course for the diner, except for Alistair said they were going.
Like a smart man. Not what he actually is.
I'm not a
Can we go
man.
inside and get
That
something
is
to
true.
eat?
Like a smart guy.
What?
Can we go inside and get something to eat?
Quite intelligent.
I
think that'd be a great idea.
Not intelligent. Smart.
And I'm just gonna go inside.
I think wisdom is turning over.
Hey, Jameson.
Uh-huh.
I can phase through objects.
Please tell me you're saying this before you go. Goes
Yes.
inside.
I'm like hand on shoulder stopping him and
Yeah.
saying it in his ear.
She says that as she walks through the door. She's not doorbuster anymore.
She's door phaser. She's
Doors
no
just
door.
don't exist for her anymore.
No door. No. Instead of doors, no door.
No door. You know that.
No door.
Old.
No, no.
Alright, I'm gonna-
Oh, old revelation.
So,
that was all I
Lizzie.
had. Alright,
when James walks in, it's like clear glass doors. You see Mallory sitting at the far end.
Gallery.
Well,
At the very back of the diner.
I very much do not want to go sit by her. It's
Just letting
I'm just gonna pick the
fairly certain her dad is
bench
the one
on
that
this
Weston
side in the
traumatized.
corner. Or the booth.
I'm fairly certain
Alistair.
Mallory's dad is the one Weston traumatized.
Question. Lizzie, we'll talk to you in a
Who's-
moment.
Thanks. Uh-huh.
Just answer, get a question
Yes,
answered. Me and Weston were talking. Do you know what kind of powers tend to come from the primal, the green energy?
Oh, very animalistic powers.
Such as
Sometimes. Any force can
like-
technically have any power.
So, like, for example, in the Ether Universe 1,
Yes.
Jonesy turned into a dinosaur, or a lizard boy.
Oh,
With
already
the-
told him
with
this.
the green. Yes.
You're like,
Um,
uh-huh.
So, like, what else
It
would come from the
It
green?
really varies. It is chaos.
Well, yeah, primal energy is what I had written down, and chaos was the other.
So,
So it could literally be anything. Okay.
the more common ones would be more animalistic kind of powers.
Such as, like, what, enhanced senses?
Stuff like that.
Okay.
But it could be much rarer and finer powers to be like
Lizard.
very dangerous.
And what about them?
Them is complicated.
Because so far, and I'm going to pull out a little
They're a
notebook,
lot more, I'll say, helpful
I've seen...
and good. Quote unquote good.
Since Zach's not here, he's still running.
Yeah.
So Zach is flat gray sand right now, but whenever he teleports, it's this blue flash.
So the powers that come from them would be more akin to like
Well, I mean, like,
Helping.
what I've found is
people helping.
the blue from Zach. I don't know if he's the swarm still or not. Melvin has his blue mind. Riley is blue and talks
Alistair
to
didn't know
things
he
from
has
the
a-
beyond.
Remember, you didn't tell
Talks to them.
you haven't talked to Alistair since since Melvin.
Somehow.
Remember? Did you tell his light is blue now? Okay.
Riley.
It used to be red. I think
Yeah,
it was red.
Riley.
Patrick. It
used to be
It
red.
used to be orange.
Oh right, yes, it used to be orange. Now it's
Um,
blue for some reason.
Iron White's purple. Looking through realities, what color would that be?
That would be a color.
Like, would it be yellow, gold?
It could be yellow. It could be blue.
Because Mr. Black has golden eyes and a yellow mind.
Yeah, it could be yellow. It could be blue. Definitely not white. Well, I'm positive. It's always
I've only met a couple people.
Apologize.
Chance.
I apologize for interrupting.
Good. I think that answered my question.
You guys are nerds and can talk whatever you want, but I would love to know why I stole a can of paint for you guys.
It's
too
late.
He's in.
And this is the rest of them. I'll unzip mine and pull out a thermos.
You see them go,
Well,
You're
the
in a
thermos, you
diner
can't really
right now.
see
Well,
anything. It's like a metal thermos.
but you open thermos. But when you see the paint move like this
I would do this outside.
towards each other.
We're inside right now. So
Well, I mean, it's just, we're sitting in a diner and he's opened a thermos, so.
how long does it take Weston to get there?
8 years.
Faster than me.
No, you're closer.
Oh, I am? Yeah.
Okay.
So you take one step.
So we have
Monday.
found the two
Oh.
goopums that want to go together.
Time to lay down.
In a week.
We have found the two goopums that want to go together.
Yes.
I stole
Now
one.
what do we do?
I stole one from a very old
Well,
lady.
you still need the double in my freezer.
Yeah.
The devil lives in my freezer.
So what are we trying? What's the plan with Mr. Lane again? Or should we wait for the other two?
We should wait for the other two.
Alright, I'm gonna
Make a
go
unanimous decision.
then. Sounds great.
Yes, make a unanimous
I
decision
haven't eaten
without
since
two people.
breakfast.
I would like a milk shake
I think we should do a unanimous
You
decision
can-
without
and a
Weston.
burgered ham.
Lizzie, when did you get here?
Hi, Mallory. I'm gonna leave my backpack, hand it to Alistair,
She's hammered.
and I'm going to grab her, and I'm
Terrific.
gonna lead her outside.
What? I'm having fun.
I'm gonna sit her on the bench, because this is the gas station slash diner. I'm gonna sit her on the bench outside, and I'm gonna say, hey,
What's
buddy.
going on? I was having fun in there, and they were
yes.
letting me just sit there and.
And wallow in my own
Uh-huh.
guilt.
But maybe if I brought you some coffee, maybe you sit outside and look at the sun for a second.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, huh?
What's the big yellow thing?
You've been day drinking.
The big yellow one is the sun.
What time is it? At this
Order
point, I
the
have no
sun.
idea.
It's probably like noon.
It's
Dude,
lunchtime, I'm hungry.
you.
Hunger.
I understand that having fun is having fun, but this is very early for you. Is something up?
My dad's being a jerk, like usual.
Yeah. What has he done to you now?
He hasn't done anything. He's just. Well, first he told me I should quit
He
dirty.
didn't know any. Oh no.
Yeah.
Because apparently it makes me too violent at home. I don't see it.
We met Zimmer 4 hours ago.
You did.
It's been a day.
And then 2 hours later,
It's been a good 6 hours.
Killed him.
Trevor killed a man.
With this
That
thumb.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, right.
Derby is supposed to help you let out your aggression outside of the home. If you're bringing it in
But
there,
not
that's
in the way
something to
Lizzie
consider.
does.
Actually.
He doesn't love her.
He just wants what's best for me, I think. Think.
I mean, yeah.
Like your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad's,
Your dad's a
Papa
cool
Bear.
dad.
It's very true. He's a cool dad. He does a lot of sleeping on the couch.
That's right.
Don't most dads.
That's fair.
Most dads have the gas
What's
mask.
fate?
Ooh.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you say
My
about
dad doesn't
face?
sleep on the couch. He
You say
sleeps
what
in the
Faith does?
apartments.
In the
I'm not talking
apartments.
to you, you're not there.
Yeah,
I should be arriving by
that's
this
where I
point.
live.
That's what's happening.
We don't have a couch.
You could have just
That's
teleported
totally fair.
He has
I'm not
to
memorized at the diner. I don't go there every day.
every day.
them. Russian
Yeah,
roulette, but
that's
teleported.
rough. You-
Where are we going today?
If you hang out here and let me eat lunch, I can bring you or walk you back to your apartments, man.
Lynched.
2 feet from the sun.
You just chill here. I'll bring you some
As soon as
coffee.
she says,
I'm
"Okay, you
good
go."
on that one.
Okay. This is not an unusual sight, I assume, so I'm just gonna
Can I,
leave her there.
can I
Don't
get to the
mess with
diner
her.
by this point before Weston?
How about we just get there at the same time?
Because I'm closer.
Because I feel like it. I
Before
want you
that,
guys to
I
do
have
it
a
at the
question.
same
I have a
time.
couple questions for Alistair before they show up and then go.
Someone's talking.
Do you want to?
This is actually very entertaining.
So much role playing. God, what is this? A role playing game?
Lizzie doesn't want to hear another word
Lizzie
about the
isn't-
stupid colors. She does not care.
Enough about the colors. I know your name already.
Alistair cannot answer.
Lizzie does, but Lizzie
She hasn't
asked him.
It's true.
Alistair.
Lizzie.
Well,
Lizzie
Lizzie's off
appears,
bothering
Lizzie does not.
her friend. And before the two talkatives get here, I'm the talkative one.
You are.
Before the two talkatives get here,
I'm not.
how many records are there? I believe you told me there's only been like 2 other people that can do this.
Yeah.
2 other people, right?
At least exactly like that.
Okay. Is there any way to make this better? Or useful?
How? How is it not?
It's
The most
useful,
useful.
but I don't have. It has one application:
What is that application?
seeing things that no one else can.
That's not one application. That can be used in many other
Like lies.
ways.
That is one application. It is seeing things that no one else can.
What do you
Under
want
that
to
umbrella, you can put in seeing where your powers come from, seeing when people are lying to you, and apparently, if I push myself to the brink, so I'm about to melt my brain, I can see through
do?
reality.
You can also like see through Trevor's things.
Well, it's
Doesn't
connected to the powers.
no. It's seeing through.
I would put it
Things
in
that
that
aren't
case.
real.
I'd put it under the thing of seeing through lies,
Okay, that would work.
because they
What
are.
What else do you want it to do?
I just something useful. Lizzie can face through walls, apparently. I'm not going to talk about Weston because Weston is his own amalgamation of garbage right now. It's a garbage fire behind the dome. Zach can teleport himself and other people. Weston can now apparently bring objects from people's hands to other people's hands.
So you've got a passive power and you want an active power.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that. Would
I
be-
mean, that's fair. We kind of have.
I don't think that'd be a thing your power can
I don't think it is either.
do. Are you thinking about trying to get another one?
I'm gonna take a large slurp of my Coke.
I thought you were going to drink the thunder. Hey, Mr. Lane.
Alright, Mr. Lane! Down the hatch, boy!
That's when Justin will start playing Mr. Lane after you.
He turned, oh gosh. Slurp a gurp gurp, jar time!
There'd be no more. James.
Also, you want to hear my theory that I was talking with Connor because Weston wasn't there at the moment. Mr. Lane is a symbiote.
What do you mean? Wouldn't that be the
Venom? No. Like Venom, the body we saw as Mr. Lane was literally just like a shell. He can shapeshift, right?
As far as I know, his space.
Exactly.
I don't know if he can shift to anything else.
The devil is a parasite, so why not?
He's not the devil.
I know,
No,
but why couldn't he
she's
be a symbiote if the devil is a parasite? Like that takes over
I'm not a parasite.
Anyway, sorry.
And he can only be killed by one thing.
And speaking of,
That knife.
this, as I said, looks like Mr. Kane.
Mhm.
Bad joke.
I don't think it's the Mr. Kane part you should focus on.
Mr. Lane. The thing of like it starting to take over my hand.
Yeah. That seems more important.
But why?
Because here's the thing. If that was made to kill Kane,
no, it hasn't come out yet.
No.
Darn it. Sorry, Joseph had a thought. James can't have that thought because the media hasn't come out yet.
No, but
The what?
think about it. The knife,
Horcruxes.
when held by someone, did not start absorbing them. That is, so it definitely is not something meant to kill anyone.
Can Joseph give his thoughts, or is this
Yes.
only James right now? It's kind of like Voldemort's Horcruxes. What if this is part of Mr. Kane? And the longer, like
So
the Horcruxes, the longer someone's around it, the more it affects them. So what if someone like holds this long enough, they turn into Kane? And that's the end of Joseph's thoughts. Going back to James.
I don't think that's meant to kill Kane because the knife didn't do that.
Oh, I don't know. Well, we didn't really touch the blade.
No,
So
but still, it didn't try to go up the hand.
As I said, we didn't try to touch the blade. This is the handle of the cane.
By this point, they get
Yeah, Weston has the knife.
And Lizzie,
Yes.
what are you? Where are you sitting?
I moved back inside with them to move.
So you're just sitting there, just
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Wait.
Again, Lizzie's very annoyed at all of the power talk.
and then they get there. You see Weston holding the knife.
Not holding it. It's in my pocket.
He kind of.
Zachary down.
Is that a knife in your pocket, or you just happen
Yeah.
to see
Look,
James?
that's what a knife looks
What?
like.
I was saving your life.
I am perfectly capable of doing that on my own. Thank you very
I'm not
much.
breaking the rules.
There are many ways I could have got around that without breaking the rules.
I think a really good way was you not using anything at all and letting Zach take over.
I think antagonizing people on
Maybe you
purpose
should let the
is
guy
a
with
bad
D20
idea.
charm talk your way out.
Zach, I'm going to be
What's
honest.
a D20?
The past couple of months, you haven't been very charming.
He's right. That doesn't matter.
You have a high charisma. You are not using it.
Haven't needed to. But the only times I do, you do the talking.
Regardless, we're all here.
Regardless.
Where are we gonna go
So what's
to
the
put
plan?
the paint together?
I pulled the knife out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Can
You
we
just
just
go to my basement. You see the jar immediately move to the edge. The paint immediately move to the back of the
Away
jar.
from, away from
As soon as you pull out the knife, the paint goes to the back
Because
of
you
the
can do
jar.
that inside the diner.
They let Mallory day drink at noon. We're not gonna be
I'm
kicked
just-
out for a knife.
I want to try something.
I'm just inching it towards the jar, closer and closer.
You keep
The
until
cane looks
until-
like this, right? Almost identical.
I want to touch it.
No.
wavy
do
paint
not. No.
cracks. The colors are all the same.
I'm gonna hold the blade. Does anything happen?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna flip it over and carve a tiny chunk out of this.
Whittling
Does
time.
something happen when the two touch?
The world
When you
explodes.
touch them, you
cross the street.
you see the cracks on it, right?
Yeah.
You see the cracks disappear when the knife touches it. As soon as you take it away, it goes back.
It is made to kill.
So I'm gonna just kind of put the
People
blade down
with
and I'm just
those
gonna kind of
powers.
like.
Hey, dude,
And it all disappears, and it slowly comes back.
we gotta go to a house if we're doing that. Yeah,
My house specifically.
Diners are not the place for whittling.
diners are not the
And you
place.
hear the bartender go, "I agree." He goes back.
What's the? What's the?
I'm going to eat my entire burger in one bite,
What's his name?
Real grim.
and I would love
To the
to.
bartender.
Yeah, shut up, Alex.
Part.
Shut up.
No, you shut up.
Like it.
How do you know my name?
Don't kick me out. You have a name tag.
Can I talk to your
Classic.
He just looks down. Alex.
Jimmy Coo.
It's embroidered on the back of the shirt.
Oh no, it'd be embroidered. It would not have be a name
Would you
tag.
like
It would
to
just
see
say
my-
Alex.
Weston, we're not going to antagonize this man.
Why are you so antagonistic right now?
Antagonize is the word I learned from my mother when I annoyed her.
I can understand why.
I'm sure your dad explained what that meant.
Because I talk to a man who shouldn't exist and wife should be dead.
All right, yeah.
And
Zach,
I was
Zach,
pressing for information.
Zach, you ready to
You
push
hear
your house
Alex.
to the
You hear
limit?
Alex go, "Cool story."
Take all of us to your house.
What book,
I have 10
what book
tokens.
were you reading?
Memoirs
Group hug.
of.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Can we go outside to do this?
He's talking to Alex right now.
Alan Poe.
It's not Poe.
James.
It was the memoirs. Okay, do you know who invented the game D&D?
Gary Gygax.
Yes, memoirs of him.
Yeah, this sounds pretty. This sounds like it came from D&D.
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
Thanks for the deal. Goodbye.
Hey, Alex. I know that I was just being totally rude to you, but it's cool that you know who Gary Gygax is. You want to play D&D
Weston,
sometime?
you didn't know about your guy, guys. Like
I
a
work.
month, 2 months ago.
I understand that.
All the time. He's the only person who works
I'm
here.
the no.
He's
There's one person. In the
Your
back.
sister
I'm
does.
the only bartender here.
It's true. My
So you
sister.
work.
My sister does work.
You have
here.
a sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She yeah.
Yo, yeah, you weren't here
she's
for that
there.
episode. You weren't there for that episode.
It's
She works
new.
the day shift.
Oh yeah.
You weren't there for that
She-
episode.
she'd
that was
be our,
before you.
That's
Our
fair.
waitress.
Yeah. Forgot.
So he's nothing that want to work there.
Hello.
I would love to leave now. I've got to
Hello,
walk Mallory to
James's
the
sister.
apartments.
Hello, James.
I'm going to get up and walk with Mallory to the apartment.
Name.
Just let me know when you're free.
Jubilee.
That's what it was. Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Yeah.
And Jameson and I, you're
Like, uses just. Zach just goes, "Hey, James," says there. He just.
like I said, not very charming.
No, I'm not. Let's step outside. I'm not trying to be charming. Bye.
James, before you go, Marcus isn't here to ask you, but he wanted to ask if you'd be interested in touring the asylum with him to show you his job.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
I'll go tell him that when I get off the ship.
Call home with the answer if I'm not there.
James.
Talk to Marcus.
Can I bring friends? Make it a school trip?
You'll have to talk to Marcus.
I'll do that. I'll talk to Marcus.
He's not that high up.
But it's a school trip.
Marcus Mumsters.
He probably couldn't get a school trip to
I
us.
know.
That doesn't matter.
But yes, that sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Okay.
I've stolen Alistair's bike. And I'm pedaling Mallory to the apartments.
No.
It's a
It's
motorcycle.
a motorcycle.
Yeah, I've stolen his bike, and
You're pedaling it the motorway.
Lights.
You are stomping on.
I own a
Just
scooter,
good,
like
good,
a
good.
moped. So
Okay.
Motorcycle.
You don't have
Yeah.
I own a moped. It's
It's
not.
not even that different.
I'm not going that
It's
fast.
a motorized scooter.
You get to the apartments very quickly. She's just.
Alright.
Listen, Mallory. I don't know where you live, so I'm going to put you in.
The door of the apartment opens and her dad walks out.
That's who I think it is.
Hey, I brought you
What's
Mallory.
going on here?
She is not feeling so hot, and I found
Yeah,
her
Justin.
sitting in the diner not
I thought
feeling
Justin-
good. So
He doesn't
Doesn't-
remember.
He like walks. He walks over and just like he
Just-
just like
just-
like he holds the voice box in his collar. And
I
just
knew it
picks
was
her
him
up
when
and
he did
just.
this.
Thanks, Lizzie.
yeah, no problem. I care about her too.
He doesn't remember.
He doesn't
Yeah,
remember
he just he turns and just.
Here's the consequences already. It's in the past.
Not nearly enough.
Being your friend.
This could have been erased.
You're an asshole.
Nice.
I'm-
I'm going.
And he opens and the door. It's like an automatic door.
Right.
The door's open and he walks back in.
All right. Time to. I'm gonna freaking book it back down to the diner. I'm pedals to the metal. Let's do this thing.
It doesn't.
Zach.
Maybe we should let Alistair
Shall we
ride
try
his
this?
motorcycle.
No.
So we don't just leave it here.
Fine.
Alistair.
You get out there and Lizzie's driving up with the motorcycle. Alice's just like, I paid for that.
I had to take Mallory home, and it was gonna take me 1,000 years to carry her there.
Alistair, you know how to get to my house, right?
Yeah.
You take your motorcycle so you don't just leave it
Alistair.
Does
here.
anyone want to ride with me?
Yes.
James, reminder.
Yes, let's
let
all
your
ride with
friends
Alistair.
I can fit at least 2 other people.
Wait, I thought
I
she
am
was
one
fine.
of those other people.
She got off of
Oh.
Mhm.
You want to use this bike then?
Wait, hold on.
Let's see if we can make
Zach,
this work.
you can just teleport.
I want to see if we
Exactly.
can go within one person at a time.
Okay, Jameson, if you want to go with Zach, go with Zach.
Okay, me.
Yeah. Go. Absolutely.
Alistair drives off with you 2.
Alright, you ready?
Group hug.
It's just the 2 of us.
No, Weston
There's
wins.
a crowd.
Weston wins.
I went with Alistair.
Yeah, it's just us.
You say group hug, there's no one else there.
I mean,
You like begging over to Alex?
Take both of
How many
us.
tokens do you have?
I have 10. Surely it takes 2 tokens.
4. That's fair.
I mean, it takes a lot for me to invisible other people.
That's fair. It took them 1
Hey, that's
token.
all the tokens I got today.
What does this feel like?
What?
Is your power still on?
Yes.
Oh,
What
you're
does
feels
it look like?
It's
A flash of light.
This power
What
is
is
still on.
What does it look like?
It looks like a flash of light to you.
It's
This is-
No. With the powers on?
There's this bright flash, and you're in his basement.
Doctor Who
Question.
beginning theme song.
Is the light yellow?
It is not yellow, it is blue.
Good.
Good.
Listen, Patrick, you must remember, colors are important because you make them important.
I know.
I have a question.
Eewee.
Did the colors were the colors a thing before I said my eyes were glowing?
Yes, they were always okay.
I wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally cause them to bring them into existence when I was like, can my eyes glow?
Your eyes were always changing a different color. You just decided, no. You just decided, like, at the time, you decided that you did one over the other. But now you're just doing both. It was always a thing.
But I just wasn't sure if I was the one that decided what color and then.
Oh, yeah,
birthed them
you
into
decided
existence.
what color the catalyst was.
Okay.
Orange.
Alright.
Big tasty.
Big.
Yummy,
Chunka chunka.
You walk upstairs.
Mancha.
We get there, we wait
You
5 minutes, they
you
show
see
up.
Steven just, like, still eating a banana.
There's like 4
Same
bites
banana.
out of it,
Same
and somehow
banana.
it's not all the way through the middle of it.
He's biting through the banana.
I grab it.
He
The
turns it
peel's
back.
still on, man.
No, it's not.
Steven,
He took it
it
off.
definitely
I taught him how to take it off.
Whether or not teaching him how to do it and whether or not he actually did it are two separate entities.
There's no peel on
But I just take it.
Steven.
it. Gems.
Steven. Turn.
Gems?
Lizzie!
Steven.
I give him I crack his entire back when I hug him.
Don't do that. You know what happens when you do that.
Steven!
Zach!
Steven, I'm so
Steven,
proud!
take the hop.
Do we?
Weston.
Steven, look at me. Take the yellow stick. Turn it. Hold it with one. I'm so proud.
He just shoved the whole thing in his mouth. Oh,
I'm just gonna gag.
This is my Steven.
He's living in my
Is he
basement
still
longer than
glowing
he's
like
known you.
normal? Or has something changed?
Hands are gray.
Gray.
That's what they changed. Sure.
Oh.
Only he can see it though, right?
Alright, fine.
Good job. Okay, Steven,
I'm going to take
you remember what this means?
Question, is his heart still orange?
No.
I'm going to take the jar out of my backpack and open the lid.
You put your hand
As it pulses, it comes out of it a little bit and goes back in.
down. Should we put him in my fridge? Nothing.
Alright, are we gonna combine the paints?
Alistair, are we gonna do this?
This is not up to me.
I need an adult's opinion here.
Yes!
You're not an adult.
I'm 19.
You still go to our school.
No, you're 16.
I'm 19, and I'm an adult, and I say
Pretty
yes.
sure Alistair knows how old you are.
He does.
I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never learned how to read.
I know, Jake. I never even learned how to read.
Alright. I need an adult opinion on
If
this.
everyone else thinks you should, we should, then.
But if all of your friends are jumping off a cliff, would you jump too?
No.
The answer is always yes.
No. Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Okay,
Do you think this
I
is
think
a good
it's
idea?
worth a shot.
What are we trying to do here? Just let the paint do its thing?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
Well, I mean, here's
Alright, cool.
Put it in my fridge.
Just kind of like
here's
get
the
ready
thing.
to take the top off.
You all got your knife. If it goes sticky.
Give
Ta-da!
me the knife. Actually, unless I gave it back, I think I still have it.
I took
I'm assuming you have it. Give me the knife. You don't get to kill him.
Weston was so.
I'm not gonna kill him. Wait, you're gonna kill him?
No.
Why are we killing him again? It's
I'm
just
not-
we're
we're not
turning
killing him
back.
I'm gonna give it to Lizzie. She has no qualms.
She
Do
has no
I?
qualms.
Neither do I.
Hey,
you have enough brain
She
stuff
could have
going
killed
on
that
right
woman,
now.
but she didn't.
I didn't. I
Lizzie
I
shows more
chose
restraint than any of us right now.
to mentally
That
hurt
is a
her
weird shock.
instead.
Well,
I haven't.
It's true.
you really
I've
didn't
used
do
my
it.
powers twice.
Alistair.
You've used them quite
He was
a bit over the
mentally
last couple
hurt
months.
enough.
I've used them twice since this whole
I
thing
think. Let's just continue. I'm not responsible with a knife. I will drop it.
Wait, do you have a bathroom?
started. Yes. Of
Is
course
there
I
a
have a
tub?
bathroom.
Like downstairs. Is it a full basement?
Yes.
Okay,
it's a
cool.
full basement. I don't have one upstairs.
Can we crowd into the bathroom? Because I'd rather try to dump the paint in the tub instead of on the
It's not
carpet.
that big of a bathroom.
Cool.
I'm coming in.
You better block the thing so it doesn't go down the drain.
So then we put the plug there. Just reform some steward. So I'll put the plug in the tub.
Congrats, lady.
Dump
We brought
your-
you back. This is what we think of you.
Dump your
You're a piece of
Thing.
shit.
in the your bucket, your jar.
That's the noise it
I'm
makes.
watching it. What's happening?
You You pour it in. You see it just.
I
you see it
still
connect
have
to-
mine. I want to see what's happening.
It just
It's just kind of.
starts moving
Alistair,
around.
you ready? Do you have your notes?
You have to hit crap.
You're good.
It
You're
didn't
good.
move. Actually, it did. It doesn't see Connor as much. There you go.
Tasty.
Okay.
Alistair freaking removed time itself.
He shifted reality slightly. Alright, you ready?
No. Just go. Just go. I'm not ready.
Pour it in.
I
and
can
I'm-
never be
And
ready.
I'm gonna spend my last 3 tokens to boost my vision. So this would
You
technically be
see it
6.
shimmering. It starts mixing together and it starts pulsing. And it just starts at the bottom of the tub, starts forming a body.
Is he really egg?
Yes.
No.
Is that a bad thing?
Oh right. Is that a bad thing?
Weston,
The
I think
clothes he was
that's
wearing-
wet.
The clothes
Weston,
we were
are you
seeing
sure
him
you
last
were not
wearing,
homosexual?
he is wearing as it starts forming together. You see
Weirdly,
it,
he was wearing when he left town.
and you see him wearing a tan suit. You see it slowly go towards his face, and you see his face just start shifting.
Picasso.
Yeah, what's your face look like, Lane?
You're
I'm
real.
literally saying that.
And then it stops in the face that you remember seeing him as. But to you, you just see this
The swirl of paint.
swirl of paint. So you just
Because it's a lie, quote unquote.
Because he has no face. He's
Lane.
Co.
Welcome
The
back to
face
the land
stealer.
of the living.
Patrick. Lane is Co. The face stealer.
Or he just has all the faces to begin with.
Same
No.
thing.
Slowly, hands where we can see him.
Oh, so we're threatening him with the knife. I see.
Yes. And you,
I could
he
have done
sees
that.
that and he just
You shouldn't.
Listen, dude, this is here
in case it's needed.
to ensure that we're talking and not you're just spouting garbage from your mouth hole.
where's
James will know.
where's Trevor Ball?
Why is that
Mr. Black.
Why is that important?
Where's Trevor Ball?
At Mr. Black.
Why is that important?
Why do you want to?
Trevor Ball
Trevor
killed
is-
me.
Excuse me?
Trevor Bull's been in a coma.
Trevor
for
the Bull
3
is
months.
the devil.
Trevor Bull's been in a
The
coma.
devil
for
is in
3
his
months.
Wait,
freezer.
hold on. What is
I was
black and red?
Actually, the devil is his
The devil's
freezer.
black and red, isn't it?
I
What
was
did you see in Trevor?
Black and red.
I was killed 2 months ago.
Are you sure it was Trevor Bull?
He's been in a coma for that amount of time. Last thing
He wouldn't remember if the devil took control.
It is
he's not lying, right?
Wow.
As long as
This
he's
is
not
a easy
here.
Weird. Okay.
Why did the devil kill you?
This is what okay. Let me talk.
Because
Let me talk.
I never
because
get
I
to
went
talk.
against what it wanted.
Yes, I know. Okay.
Okay. Observe. Ta-da.
The last thing I remember is
Ta-da.
being put into a jar
Ta-da.
and being in someone's attic for 2 months.
You were
Yeah, that's
You were
definitely
conscious?
Also, a tube?
It
a
was,
metal
it
tube?
was a thermos. It was a thermos.
remains.
You need to
Lane?
collect all 100 of them.
Why is it cold?
Throughout the story.
Are you cold
You're in my
right now?
bathroom.
Why is it cold?
The AC's on because it's like fairly warm outside. Lane,
Is this
from
all?
what I know,
Is this all of you? Or is there?
Trevor was found outside the hospital. Not the the hospital. No, the mayor's.
Yes, he was found outside.
He was
the
found
mayor's
outside the
office.
town hall. His dad took him to the hospital,
Yeah.
and he's been there ever since.
There's a part you don't. There's a part that wasn't that you don't.
Did you leave town during the sandstorm?
Yes.
Hold on.
You were killed on the Overlook
Yes.
with that knife.
And Trevor Bull was the one that.
If
stabbed
Trevor
me.
Bull was still somehow active, even subconsciously, that could explain why his muscles.
He could have used an illusion.
That could have explained why his muscles didn't atrophy.
James. He used an
Because he was still
illusion to
using
kill.
them.
James, he used an illusion.
Does he have access to the powers, the devil?
I don't know.
I mean,
It makes
regardless, I'm not gonna distrust him.
He's not lying.
He has no
None
reason
of it's
to.
been lying, and that's the frustrating part.
Yeah, I mean,
He
like,
used
it
an illusion.
No, here's the thing.
doesn't
Alistair,
matter what
I'm
he
going to
used.
turn over my shoulder.
Yes.
How many people in this universe can change their form?
How? Change the form how?
Such as, could someone imitate Trevor?
Yes.
How many people are in this, or you'd be able to look that specifically, but how many people are in this universe that can do that?
He points at Mr. Lane.
One.
Him.
Like I said,
Listen.
he used an illusion.
You were killed by the devil.
Can the devil use powers?
Right now, to the best of my knowledge,
Alistair goes,
the devil's in my freezer.
Part of it.
possibly? I can't think of an instance where the devil's host was someone with a power, so I don't know.
We know that the devil is a parasite. He feeds off of energy. He lies about helping people.
The devil wanted control.
He's more like
He wanted me to be
Alistair,
one of its hosts.
Alistair,
Uh-huh.
can the devil control multiple people at the same time? Or
Alistair
only
says
one?
nothing when Lane goes, yes.
That would
It
explain
wanted
why we
me
found.
to be one of its hosts, but it couldn't
Well, I have some of it in my freezer.
why?
destroy it.
We were going to give it to
I'm
Alistair.
assuming we need
No,
something like
it
that
needs to be
knife.
destroyed.
I'm pretty
Right?
sure Alistair can
How do
figure
we go
out how
about
to destroy
destroying
it. Right, Alistair? Give it to your boss. Surely he can
That
get
would
rid
be
of it.
breaking the rule. I can't do it.
Is it?
It is.
I mean, technically.
I could move it somewhere else, but that wouldn't solve the
You
problem.
need to destroy it.
How?
Is it alive?
Wait a second.
Yes.
Is it technically a power?
What?
Is it a
Is-
spirit?
The devil?
Yes, because if it is, it has a point of origin.
Yes, it's a parasite.
Is it like the swarm is a parasite?
No, the swarm is a force that powers come from. The devil is a parasite. In a sense of, like, you seem to understand what that means.
I mean, I know what a parasite is. It feeds on a host.
It attaches itself to a host
Yeah.
and feeds off that host's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And uses it to get more hosts.
Yeah.
So, freaking Jason Voorhees.
And
What?
if, as he pointed out,
Jason
explained
Yeah, that was
what
the-
it does to connect with the host.
I mean, he explained, and at this point I'll just pull my notebook out because I need to look at what it did.
Could the swarm destroy the devil?
The devil
I don't know.
feeds off of energy,
Alistair?
convinces the host and those around it that it's good, that it's necessary,
Yeah.
that it needs it.
Yeah. Can you think of anyone? If Trevor is that host, who is that person?
What have we been thinking about?
What do you mean, who's the person? What?
If Trevor is that host, someone around him does not exist, but has attached itself to Trevor enough where everyone, even you, believe it does.
Is it his
Can I
boss?
see through, to some extent,
Can't be
Zach?
It cannot be his dad.
You!
What?
What universe are you from? Answer me truthfully.
He knows if you're lying.
My body or my mind?
Both.
Both.
Body's this one.
Well, that's good. The other one?
Number A.
1A.
So you're the one that was working with Kane.
Yes.
So what happened to that body? Is it just dead?
No?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what happens when you get removed.
Thank you. Is he telling the truth?
So are you still working for that?
At least
Kane
what he believes to be the truth.
Yeah.
As well.
I'll live with. I
No.
can live with that.
then? James, is he lying?
I don't.
Is he?
You can't work for someone who's dead.
What if the void is the O negative? What if it's the devil? What if it can't mix with anything else?
I mean, that would make sense. Okay, so this is what I know. I'm going to take a good hard look at everyone in the room, their mind, and see if I can see any little tiny black specks.
No one in this room.
Okay. Lane.
Well, for Lane, not specs because he's connected.
Lane's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what very specifically looks like the devil. Because I have an idea of what that looks like based on Trevor, unfortunately. Yeah, basically. Okay. Lane, there's two things that I need you to know, and you might be able to help us. Do you remember a gentleman, a very nice gentleman, and I need to find his name. Just a moment. Oh, it's all my notes. From before I started making powers. What's his name? Alan Boyle.
Yeah, he's my second in command.
He's trying to take over the town.
Because he's trying to become mayor.
From what I understand,
He won't be able to become mayor if the council can control him.
well, the sheriff is standing behind him, plus a couple other people.
James, you're thinking who the devil is.
He's
It's
at
Trevor.
one point
No,
shot.
the person who doesn't exist.
Who do you think it is?
Luke.
I mean, that maybe.
He was there every day.
If he doesn't exist, they managed to duplicate powers on the kid too, which is impressive. I don't know how much the devil can do.
Jameson, did you ever use your power enough around Richter? Like, were you looking for the devil in him at any point?
Not the devil, but apparently.
Because if he doesn't exist,
Also, I don't know how much
Richter.
you know. Richter Hydron,
can the
a
devil?
man that apparently
That
doesn't
man hates
exist.
me.
Well,
He
yeah,
doesn't exist. Where's he from?
Nowhere.
yeah, but could the
He used to exist.
And he got a raise.
He had to make a deal so that he wasn't.
Deal with the devil.
No.
Okay, that makes me feel slightly
Something
better.
else.
Something
Because
worse.
okay, I
He
don't.
made a deal with reality itself to bring his wife back.
that explains
And
why
at
she's not
cost
dead.
was his eye and existence.
Can he see other things that perhaps are invisible?
Possibly.
No question.
Haha.
So, you said he made a deal,
Question.
Yes.
traded his eye, and what else?
His existence.
His existence. So he doesn't exist.
So, in his records
Uh-huh.
and everyone else's,
He was erased from every trace of him was erased everywhere. He doesn't exist, for case in point of everything. But he's alive right now in the
He
city.
can't be the
He's
devil.
lived here for a while. I'm assuming you probably knew that.
Does he? Could he?
Are you kind of keeping an eye on him too? Is that what? I don't know what you're doing here. Kane. I need to talk about him for a moment. First of all, he's dead.
of course, I know.
Second, he looked like you, but fractured. What I mean by that is you look like a jar of rainbow paint. Like this knife.
Yeah.
Or that knife, I guess.
Back out of the booze.
Uh-huh.
Back out of the booze.
Mount Kane looked like
Kane.
solidified paint. Solidified paint that was cracked, right? I'm describing that correctly? So dried paint, vaguely, that was cracked. This also looks like him,
And it's a cane. Yes, I know the pun.
and Richter Hydron's eye looks like that. Is that someone that doesn't
And
exist?
an axe.
Alistair, does Malcolm Kane exist?
Yeah.
What can you tell? This may be a little bit too much exposition, but what
no,
do
I
you
can-
know
it's
about
fine.
Malcolm Kane? Alistair. You answer first based on what's on record. For this Universe 1, we're just going to use Universe 1, not
Entity point.
yeah.
He was 40 years old. His father started King Industries. He had a brother named Michael, who he sent to King Asylum for a long time.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
He had his brother killed for
a book.
revealing too much information to fellow patients.
That's back there.
That's surprising.
Malcolm Kane then made a deal with Mr. Lane to not do anything bad to the town as long as Selene's there. And then you kill him.
Lane,
What?
what was the deal? Literally. What's the deal?
It was a deal to protect the town. As long... It wasn't a deal he made willingly.
Doesn't sound like you would.
As long as I could protect this town, he could not touch it.
Alright, and in the same night, both of you died.
Yes.
One of you by Trevor, which I hate that you believe you're telling the truth. And I hate that there's evidence to back it up.
Makes sense.
Malcolm Kane was killed with a shotgun to the head.
Not a shotgun.
Or no, it was a revolver, right?
It was
a revolver. Killed with a gunshot to the head. Which, honestly, we were surprised that worked.
By whom?
Do you want to know?
The only other person I think would do that would be Alan Boyle.
Stake through the heart,
No.
who wouldn't they?
No,
Do you not
well,
remember?
no, I do remember. I definitely remember.
Do you want to tell me?
Someone who worked for you.
Not narrowed down.
I know. Because I believe Mr. Lane is who
Yes.
Winters worked for.
He appeared? His boss? He appeared? Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Winters.
Oh, you say? I've done many horrible things for this town.
Oh, yeah.
I can relate.
He has kind of broken a little, and I don't think he would benefit from seeing you.
No, I don't think anyone. Except for, no, especially not Boyle. No,
Boyle's
actually, no.
gone power hungry.
Yeah, if he sees me, he'll try to kill me too.
Do you?
Are you ready to live in a
I need
bathtub
you.
for a
Change your
while?
face.
I need you to be real honest with me, buddy.
You see his face immediately changes into Alan Boyle's.
Cool.
Has it gotta be people you've
That gives me trauma.
Did
Yes.
that hurt? Oh yeah, he killed Zach.
What?
He came, but not this one. The body. He killed the body of this one. The mind is somewhere else, which we'll talk about that later. Did you see someone wherever you were, place where the lost things go?
Okay,
Where the lost things go.
there was a big old medieval desert made out of gray sand, and there were people made out of sand that kind of looked like us, but like how a child would see grown-ups. And there was a Zach with a cane and a crown made out of sand and a big old beard and a gray sand cloak, and he was ruling over these people.
Yeah,
And he was the only real flesh boy there, and then I left before I could even talk to him.
You were brought back.
Yeah, I can do
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay, well, cool. That confirms what I already knew. The rest of the Zach 1B,
I have a question.
the inside parts, just a moment,
Boyle.
is in the place where the lost things go. Boyle. I have a question about Boyle too.
What do you know about how much power he has?
All
Apparently
I
he
know
has
is
power
one-
over the sheriff.
I don't know anything. I need to know
Not
every.
good.
I forgot.
Alice.
This Zach doesn't know about the other guy.
No, I know.
Clark. He doesn't know about that.
What happens? Not what happens. What do you know about Alan Boyle, Mr. Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yes, he used to be a part of
Tech support.
the Marines
That doesn't surprise me.
for a long time. He had a daughter at some point.
I forget that you don't know if people have powers because I need your information on that.
Yes. At some point he had a daughter, and then they moved to NC Point. And he became the employee of Lane. And
Out
then
of character, I'm giving us 10 more minutes before I have to leave.
Yeah.
You've had a very long day.
Uh-huh.
and he sent his daughter off to boarding school.
Interesting. Lane, what do you know about Boyle?
And that's where we're gonna end.
I mean,
I